Hello, I'm the B-Man. I make videos, so you watch them. So, I'm doing this vlog style because, as you can tell from the title, I'm going to be reviewing the first episode of Fuller House. Now, before I do that, let me give you a little history of my experience with the original series, Full House, or even a synopsis of the series. I never watched the show when it was new. I always caught the reruns on Nickelodeon or any other station that showed. You know, it was one of those shows I didn't hate, I didn't like. I just sort of watched when, when it was on, if nothing else was on. So, it had its moments. I mean, the writing wasn't really great. It had that annoying laugh track. If you don't know what that is, that's when, a show that's watched by an audience, it's not actually watched by an audience, so they just randomly, anytime something happens, they have a sound effect, so you know how you're supposed to feel for the moment. It had okay characters. It introduced the world to the Olsen twins, who played, of course, the youngest character, Michelle. And I know some people claim, they can tell which one was Mary-Kate and which one was Ashley. I never picked it up, but, then you had the second youngest, Stephanie Tanner. Then you had DJ Tanner, the older sister. All three girls really didn't have that much character except, DJ was the bigger sister. She always had to be right. Stephanie was the annoying little sister that tried to emulate DJ, but most of the time just annoyed DJ. And Michelle was, until she got older, was pretty well just a prop, like most babies. She was just a prop. Yeah, she made cutesy noises and smiled and whatever on cue, but nothing much to her. And even when the character got older, she was still pretty well a prop. They have her say something silly or whatever, and she basically took on the role of Stephanie. She said the weird stuff, and everyone laughed. Then you had the three guys who, of course, had to take care of the girls. Uncle Jesse, who was played by, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name. But he basically was the brother of the wife that, of course, the next character, the dad, played by Bob Saget. And if you know anything about Bob Saget, the fact that he played a squeaky clean character on this show was hilarious because, he's so anti that. He's like the total opposite. His comedy is totally the opposite. The plot, of course, is the wife died of a drunk driver hitting her and, she died. They really don't go into it that much throughout the series. I think there was maybe one episode they mentioned it, and it was, one of the special episodes, that for all emotions. And then the last character you had, of course, was Joey, who was an amateur comedian trying to make it big. And then you had the neighbor girl, Kimmy Gibbler, who probably provided most of the laughs, because she would just randomly show up. So, yeah, the original series Full House was okay. Wasn't exactly what I would have thought would have got a sequel series on Netflix, but... So, first episode... Right away, it reminds you of the original series with a remix of the original theme. No, first, because of this episode, it has the original opening title. Then we're introduced to the plot that Stephanie's husband died of being a firefighter. And since then, her 3 boys and her moved back into the original house and being helped by, Uncle Jesse and Becky. And, I forgot to mention Becky. Becky was this character that was sort of Danny's, Danny Tanner or the father's co-host on a TV series, who then ended up marrying Uncle Jesse, and they had 2 boys. So, right away it starts off, really reminding you, giving you all those nostalgic feelings. The plot of the first episode is they're selling the house, and everyone's gonna do their own thing. Becky is gonna go on. Becky and Danny are gonna be co-hosting a national TV show. Joey's gonna works as a comedian in Vegas. Uncle Jesse is just got a great I forget what they said about Uncle Jesse, what he was doing. It had something to do with providing music for a TV series or something. And then right away, the first joke is literally them looking at the camera and when Stephanie comes in with her, I wouldn't want to say horrible English accent, but it was not really good. Then they all ask, where's Michelle? And they say, your little sister was too busy with her fashion empire to come over. And then they stop, stare straight into the camera, and just hold for a sec. The reason they did this, of course, if you're not familiar with the behind the scenes of this show was, or really anything really about Full House, is Mary-Kate and Ashley pretty well have not wanted to be in the series. They had no desire to be on this show. They don't even really do any of the Full House reunion things. They for a show that pretty well brought them all the fame and joy, fame and glory, they don't want any involvement. Anywho, so, you have all your favorite characters. You got Kimmy Gibbler, who's apparently divorcing some guy who's totally in love with her and who's, some Latino, someone you wouldn't expect a girl like Kimmy Gibbler to get. I mean, and that was kind of the joke. Everyone's like shocked at how she was able to get someone like that. They have a daughter, so she has a daughter, of course. You got Stephanie, who's, a DJ, and she goes, of course, by the name DJ Tanner, and they have a little fun with that, joking about, well, why didn't you just go as DJ Stephanie Tanner? And she's like, well, I can't do that. There's already DJ Stephanie Tanner. And TJ's like, well, there's already a DJ Tanner. So, the show is definitely, the first episode definitely lets you know right away that this is a show definitely made for people who loved and grew up with the original series. Unlike another show that tried to win its audience through nostalgia, Girl Meets World, where that show is more catered to the audience of Disney. That, and has a little for the, the parents who watch this original show, Boy Meets World. This show definitely lets you know, no, this is a show for you guys. If you watch Full House, this is the show for you. They have a little more adult humor. There's a scene where Stephanie and DJ are getting ready for the party, and Stephanie's, how can I put this? Wearing a very revealing dress. Yeah, they're nice. They're very nice. I'm not ashamed. She's got a pretty nice rack. And just other stuff that really lets you know, yeah, this is made for us. It's made for people that liked Full House, that grew up with Full House. So, of course, after the party, DJ has sort of a freak out because her baby gets an ear infection. Stephanie's old boyfriend, not Stephanie, DJ's old boyfriend, comes running in with Comet Junior, who's pregnant and the babies aren't coming out. One of the boys is, getting on her for the fact that she made a promise that when the dog had puppies, he could have one. There's just a lot of chaos going on all of a sudden, and she realizes how she can't handle doing all the things she needs to do and be a single mother. So, right away, the guys are ready to just sort of take over and move back into the house. But then the girls, of course, Kimmy, Stephanie, and DJ, sit the guys down and tell them, look, you helped us out, now it's our turn to take over. So Stephanie decides to clear her schedule to move in with DJ. Kimmy decides, she's gonna finally get to live the dream she wanted and live in the Tanner house. So yeah. So for first episode, it was pretty good. I'll probably do another vlog after I watch the second episode and continue watching this, because honestly, it's actually, I'm sorry to say this, but a good show and way better than the original. So until next time, this is the B-Man, and I make videos so you watch them. Bye.